Welcome to our ESPN video series for camera coverage for soccer. And today we're going to be talking about camera 2, which is our tight ISO camera. And for this camera, we want this to be placed just off center at the same height or vantage point as camera 1. Again, being able to have clear, unobstructed views to all areas of the field, especially that near sideline and those near corners. And so for camera 2, you are essentially running a tight head to toe follow throughout the game. So really important to have ball carrier and defender in your shot as well as they move around the field. And then you're going with the ball wherever it goes. So if they make a pass, the ball gets kicked up in the air, or especially on a shot on goal, you want to go with that nice ball follow. Camera 2 is looked at a lot for competitive moments on the field, and what that means is players fighting for loose balls, tough tackling, just some kind of general more bring the action right to you looks that we can get from shooting tighter from this camera. And so directors will take this shot live a lot during the game. And so when that happens, continue your same tight action follow like you see in these examples, unless the ball is cleared or kicked away to a different part of the field. Instead of following the ball there, just stick with the player that last touched the ball, and the director will cut back to you to camera 1. And you can also see in these last couple of examples here, just to illustrate how a director might cut in camera 2 during the course of the game, during live action. They're not really changing how they shoot, but it just shows you how the different camera angles play off of each other throughout the show. So some of those competitive moments would kind of look like this, just general tight pass coverage, deep in space there is very typical for this camera. Again, talking about going where the ball goes, just really good ball follow there towards the goal is really, really important. And generally trying to keep, the same head to toe framing throughout as best you can. And this will come with a lot more experience. Some other assignments that you might have for camera 2 on goal kicks. You're going to ISO up the goalkeeper before they kick the ball or other heroes on the field of play or at benches. Again, directors should be talking to you about this, and it's going to involve a lot of listening to the announcers, following the storylines that they're talking about and selling those images during those dead periods. This is the time during soccer when a lot of your cameras really do a lot of their best work is in those moments when the ball is not in play and you have some moments to tell some stories. Again, we're talking about the mixer. What the mixer is on corner kicks especially, and even some indirect kicks, there will be a group of players stationed in front of the goal or just off to the side. And what you want to do in these situations is ISO this entire area. That way, if when the ball is placed in, somebody gets a nice head on it, when they all kind of converge together and go for the ball, it can be tough to see who actually makes contact with the ball. So having this tight shot already set up is really important to be able to track that action as it happens. And so you can kind of see in this example here, corner kick comes in, goalie steps up and makes a nice play there. So when we cut to the replay here, this ISO operator is already set up on the goalkeeper, and then they can kind of pull out and reveal what that mixer looks like. So you can really get a good idea of space in those moments as well. Other things to keep in mind, really, really important for ISO cameras and other cameras as well that are going to be cut live on your typical waist up shots or even tighter with your graphics. Keeping in mind, knowing where the graphics are going to be, like we always talk about. Again, that score bug is in top left. You've got a lower third here. Perfectly fine to keep your subject centered in the frame. It does change a little bit, especially if you are going to bring in a tombstone or even a slab. You need to make sure that we're sliding that subject over to the right, making sure that we're not covering up faces of those players with the graphics. Very, very important. So again, always know where those graphics are. Score bug, lower thirds, tombstones, slabs, bottom line. really important to make sure you know that terminology. Ask your director to put those things on air before the game starts that you can mark in your viewfinder, and understand what's coming so you can have the frame set before your shot goes on air. So that concludes our talk about camera two. Thanks for watching and good luck on your next game.